The sport of fast draw only shoots wax bullets and full powder blanks. No live lead ammo is ever used. All techniques are for descriptive purposes only. Find a club or gunfighter near you for help. Fast draw has an excellent safety record and would like to keep it that way. The Final Shot Saloon and its guests and the associations referred to herein accept no responsibility for irresponsible gun handling. Be safe.
Ready on one, ready on two. Shooters on the line. Shooters set. Check this out, people. Target one with a 273. Clint over there on target number 2 with a 251. Fastest shot of the contest with a 25-1.
Hello and welcome to Behind the Light. This is the Gunfighter Profiles, where we talk to shooters in the sport of fast draw and talk about historical gunfighters of the Old West. My guests on this episode both shoot in the OFDAI, Ohio Fast Draw Association International. He's the OFDAI's chairman and Northern Division Thumbing Top Gun Champion of 2012, Tom Lechner, and his wife, the secretary of the OFDAI and Northern and Southern Division Open and Thumbing Top Gun, Donna Lechner. Thanks for being on Behind the Light, guys.
Thanks, glad to be here.
Sure.
So what got you guys started in the sport of fast draw?
Back, I guess it was back in the 90s. My dad, he was always into Western stuff, and he happened to go to it was like a cowboy town they had in New Jersey. And I guess he ran into somebody there, and he got to talking about it, and ended up going to a shoot in New Jersey there someplace, and then he kind of got into it. Of course, he got us shooting, and he got out of it. Well, we shot with him for 3 years.
Yep.
3 years, and then he got out of it, and we were trying to start a family then too, so we didn't really have money to travel and stuff. So we got out of it also. And in 2005, he passed away, and my mom gave me a lot of his stuff. That got us back into it again.
Oh, wow. And Donna, you've been shooting with Tom ever since?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And what got you hooked? What keeps you coming back?
Speed. I was actually scared to compete at first. I got way too nervous. I'd have to go into the restroom and splash cold water on my face and try to get my nerves settled down.
Really?
And, yeah. And the more you compete, and you just realize it's just a competition, and you get better as you go along. But yeah, at first, I was very nauseous.
How about you, Tom? Was it because your dad got involved?
Yeah, that mostly, and I like to compete. I was always into something that you competed in before we was into the shooting. I was into rodeos and tournament bass fishing for a while. I just like to compete.
Yes, it's all his fault. He got me hooked.
My wife.
Got me.
My wife says the same thing. So does your daughter compete in fast draw?
Well, our daughter's 17, going on 18, and she did for 2 years up until, I don't know, she was maybe, 15,
Yeah.
when her interest changed and she didn't want to shoot anymore.
She still likes to go and watch us shoot at the contest. She likes meeting the people and watching people shoot.
You would think that'd be tough after actually shooting in it.
Yeah, but it don't bother her. She just likes to go and talk.
So, being a chairman and a secretary, do you have to travel to all the contests?
We don't have to. I mean, it's nice to have the chairman there. Last year we went to all of them except for one. This season we went to all of them.
It's quite the commitment to travel to all the contests, isn't it?
Oh yeah, because we have shoots down. We have a Southern division that shoots, and then we have the Northern division. So we also have a Western division, but they haven't been having shoots here lately.
Now, the Western Division, that's California and out that way?
Yes.
Okay. Most of the OFDA's contests seem to be indexed. Is that by plan, or is it just something that happens?
I think we are allowed to have an elimination sanction, but it has to be 10 feet. And I think there's a target restriction on that too. It has to be 10-foot wax, I believe.
Yeah, because it's only wax, right?
Well, we do shoot blanks too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we do shoot blanks. That's up to the host club who's having the shoot.
We shoot more wax.
We shoot more wax because a lot of the venues that we shoot at, it's more practical to have wax contests than blanks because of the noise.
Oh, sure. The OFDA has implemented the stock class, or what it's called, the Old West, right?
Yeah, that was just put in this year.
This year.
This season we had one Old West sanctioned contest.
And how's that going?
It went good. I forget how many shooters we had. We had 14, 15 shooters that participated in that.
The WFDA has the Hollywood division, and it seems to be taking off. A stock class is really a good start for someone just beginning in fast draw.
Right. Yeah.
Do you see more women shooting, or is it just staying pretty much the same?
I think it's about staying the same, but women are there to shoot the open. I think a lot of them prefer to stand. And I think after seeing last year, coming to the contest and not participating in the thumbing, you're there, and you're going to be there for several hours before the open contest starts. I think more women decided, they wanted to have more fun and shoot and try the thumbing, and they're practicing and they're doing good.
Do you have a lot of side matches at your contests?
I wouldn't say a lot, but we have some. The one contest they have up, the Buckeye Rangers have up in Menor. They have quite a few side matches there. Our year end shoot, we had a side match there. It makes it more fun.
Now, I see some from the pictures. You guys have a walk and draw with plexiglass. How is that?
Yep, that's the side match. One of the side matches they have at the Menor shoot.
Okay.
They call that showdown, where you're actually walking towards your opponent, and there's a balloon on each side of the plexiglass, and the light comes on at the same time. Whoever's balloon breaks first wins. Yeah, it's fun.
And that's usually nobody else hosts that but them. So you get to do that once a year.
Okay. That's got to be wild. Let's talk about some gear. What types of holsters do you guys use?
Well, most in the thumbing and the open contest, your Mernical FD7s and Alfonso holsters, stuff like that, are used. And then in the old West division, it's more of a stock type holster, no metal lining in them. And
Has to be a tie. leg.
Yeah, that's got to be a long tie down, no strap,
Buckle.
and there's more coverage on the gun. You know, the gun sits down in there deeper and stuff.
Oh, okay.
More like your cowboy fast draw style holsters for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who made your guns?
Well, the ones Don and I both have a John Phillips gun,
Okay.
and I have some other guns that have been worked by different people that do it as a hobby. The two Phillips guns we use mainly.
The OFDA's entry fees are inexpensive. Is that what's the reason?
Oh, when we first started, we didn't really know what was going to be given out at a contest. You know, what type of awards, things like that. I think coming into the OFDA and meeting the people, they like it to be more of a family-friendly type shooting. So they don't have their entries high, so more people can come. But yet, the awards that they give aren't, like a monetary value. They don't. Not usually money awards, things like that. It's usually a plaque or a trophy, something that you can bring home and show that this is what you've been practicing for. This is what you've achieved. This is how well you shot, or how well maybe you didn't shoot that time.
I find in the OFDA and WFDA, everybody seems to be willing to help the other guy. I mean, I've seen it in both associations. I mean, do you guys find that too?
I'll give you an example. There was someone at the competition. They were at one of the contests held this year, and it broke. The gun broke down, and this was right before the contest had started. And so, me and just like anybody else, I said, "Here, use my gun. Use my gun, and we'll just pass it back and forth. We'll share it, and so he can get his gun worked on and we can get it fixed." And I told him, if you can't get it fixed, then use it again tomorrow. And that's nothing. When we first started, our daughter's gun broke. And she was in the middle of shooting the contest, and we didn't really know a lot of people. And someone, we didn't really know him well, just handed her his gun and said, "Here, shoot and use this." So I think when people come into the contest, we did the same for other people. I remember that happening to us, and people really, truly wanting to help, and you're competing against them, and they're saying, "Here, I don't care about that. Use my gun and go up and shoot." So that's something I think that you pass along to others to join.
Where would you like to see the associations go in the future?
Yeah, I'd like to see a lot more members. New members or members that maybe hadn't been able to shoot for a while and come back. I mean, I would like to see the association grow, not just OFDA, WFDA, CFDA, any of them. Because it's a sport the whole family can do, and depending on where you live, hopefully there's clubs that you can go to and have maybe your own little shoots there, maybe a place to go and practice, or maybe out to your garage or in your basement.
What's your practice range like?
I have a 12 by 30 barn, I guess it is, that I use as a workshop / shooting range. It's mostly a shooting range.
Waxed up now.
But I got tired of replacing plywood behind there all the time, shooting it out, so I put big heavy horse stall mats, rubber horse stall mats up behind the targets.
How does that work pretty good?
Yeah, it does. See, I'm a plumber, so I put in a lot of water heaters and stuff, and I saved the cardboard and I put that up over top of the rubber. And as long as the cardboard's not totally shot, the bullets will usually stay downrange. But when the cardboard starts getting wore out, then they'll start bouncing back a little bit.
We've all had that happen.
Oh yeah. The dreaded ricochet.
Oh yeah.
So, 12 out of the 13 people who listen to the show are brand new. What advice would you give a brand new shooter to the sport of fast draw?
My advice would be to try and find a club or at least a shooter that already shoots fast draw and go there and try out his equipment, what he has. Um, that's always the best way to go, rather than just going out and buying something without any idea what you're even looking for.
The reason why we say hold off on purchasing equipment is different holsters and different guns work out better for different people. You might start out thumbing and think that's really how you want to shoot, and you might find that you like standing better. So you might need a different type of holster to do that style of shooting. Also, practice as much as you can, as much as you're able. Keep in mind it should be fun. Don't let it get you frustrated. If you go out one night and you hit and you feel like you're on the target and you just can't miss, that's great. You'll go out another night and it's like you've never shot before. You have to keep the frame in mind that misses are all right. You learn from them, and just have the attitude that it should be fun. If it's not fun, then sometimes you just need to take a break. So it should be fun, and you should practice as much as you can. It will help you when it comes to contests. It should be fun. I mean, that's why we're in it anyway. We both love to shoot, and we both love to compete, and it's just for fun for us.
And that's really the key word is fun. I think the minute you start losing the fun in this sport, you like you said, either take a break or you may want to call it in. I can honestly say I've shot poorly at a contest, but I've never had a bad time at a contest. Thank you guys so much for coming on Behind the Light Gunfighter Profiles. I appreciate your support that you've been giving me the last few years, and I hope to see you next year. Thanks so much for coming on, guys. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you bet.
Thanks for having us.
That was Tom and Donna Lechner from the Ohio Fast Draw Association International. He's the chairman of the Ohio Fast Draw Association, and she is the secretary of the Ohio Fast Draw Association. Two really cool people. You can tell they love this sport. They love to have fun, and they're really a joy to talk to. We actually quit recording, and I think we talked for another half hour to 45 minutes on just about everything. Like I said, if you want a good place to start, get a hold of a club or a fast draw shooter around your area and get started, because it is a lot of fun, and you'll probably never look back. It's a great time. Be sure to check out ohiofastdraw.org. That is their website. You can also go to the finalshotsaloon.com. And if you have any questions on the fast draw, any of the associations, go to the discussion board. It's called Saloon Talk. We will answer any of your questions. We have some great people on there from all over the sport. Tom is on there also, so you can ask him questions directly. And if you click on the fast draw little tab, you will also see a whole list of clubs that are maybe around your area. So this was a lot of fun. Thanks again to Tom and Donna for coming on. I appreciate it. And we will see you on the next episode of Behind the Light.